This is the Realize Your Wealth podcast by Aretec Wealth. We want you to be wealthy. We want you to feel wealthy. We want you to realize your wealth. All right, welcome to the Realize Your Wealth podcast. We are back. We're excited to get into things today. We're at the studio here at the Yonge Street offices, headquarters HQ, 1128 Yonge Street, third floor, beautiful offices. We've been able to set the studio up for the podcast and the video. So really looking forward to getting into things today. We're going to talk a little bit, about the business, about the story behind the business. So looking forward to jumping into things.
Yeah, today's a fun one because we're going to get into, the name, the brand, the imagery, some of the thinking that went into it. We got the hat here, we got the logo, right? So we're going to kind of get into that. So it's a fun one. But before we do, Will, obviously things have been super busy. We mentioned it's a family business now. Keely's in the mix, but how are things on your end? I know folks like to kind of get an update.
Hey, look, everybody's good. The family's doing well. The kids are busy, right? Obviously, we've been very, very busy ourselves with the business with Aretec, but still always, family first. So, I always joke that's my, I don't even joke, it's the reality is that's my mornings and my nights and my weekends are with the family and with the little ones. I mean, I think we might bring Connor by the new office soon on one of his PA days.
Wasn't he here? I saw his name on the whiteboard.
Yeah, he came by, he checked it out. He likes the new offices. He's checking them all out. He likes the snacks in particular, the chips, and he wrote his name on the whiteboard. And it's actually what's nice to the new offices is close to our house because we're just we're just kind of midtown in Governor's Bridge. So. He actually rode his bike over here, and I jogged with him over, and then Perfect. I checked it out and showed it to him all and walked through, and then we went home on the weekend, which is awesome. But it's very, very cool to be able to show him all this, and to kind of take him through the office and the operation. So
he approved.
He loved it. He loved it. If he comes by and he's working with us, I don't know if you'll love it because he's pretty distracting. Likes to rummage through everything and drawers and cupboards and all that. So we'll have to keep him in check. But no, he's a good guy. But no, it's all good. So that's life at home. But yeah, looking forward to getting into this today, Greg.
Yeah, so let's start off with the name because the name, it's a little bit different. Yeah. It's a little bit unusual. Some folks, it does derive from a Greek word, and some folks have actually mentioned they've heard of that word before, but in your own words, Will, maybe describe the thinking there.
Yeah, look, I think, we wanted a name with some meaning, right? We just could have used, a family name or something like that, and I think that's just very, very typical, and we wanted a name that, was meaningful to us and to the business, and so, I took it from a Greek word, arete, is how that's pronounced, and that's where Aretec came from, but arete, I mean, it has a few meanings as I understand it, not that I'm an expert on Greek philosophy, but it's really about realizing your full potential. I think another kind of variant of it is quality or high quality, and so when you see something that has realized its full potential or is of a very high quality, an example that I've heard used is almost if you see something like a horse that is really a fully realized horse, high quality, or just any object, any person. It's really about realizing your full potential, or that thing or that being realizing its full potential, and that speaks to quality, which is something that ripples through everything we do. Frankly, even the quality of the podcast and the videos that we do, and the whole business from the everything. It's about it being of a higher quality, a higher order. Arete, I think, is a great word. We put the C on there. I think what that to me means is it's Canadian, right? We're proudly Canadian. We're made in Canada. That's something we're very proud of as advisors and investors. It's a little bit sort of harder sounding as well. A little bit, I think, easier to pronounce. Aretec. And it's a good word. We even got it on license plates for my car now, which is kind of cool and fun. It's not something I could do in the
Yeah.
old world, and surprisingly a lot easier. So we've got custom plates that say Aretec. So if you see me driving around the city, you'll know that that's me, which is really cool. But I think it's a really cool name. It really represents what we're all about as well, because we want to, as advisors, we want to realize our full potential. We want to be, higher quality advisors. We want you as investors to realize the full potential of your wealth. We want your money working as hard for you as possible. We want you to realize your wealth. And that's what the Aretec name is all about.
So is it from kind of a client or investor standpoint, is it really like the next evolution, saying like there's another gear to the overall wealth management picture?
I think that's a great way of saying it. It's just the kind of the next evolution, the next phase of growth. It's the upgrade, it's the enhancement. And you think when things grow and evolve and develop, it's not, they're not changing completely, right? And that's what's happened with us is, we've taken the best of what we did from the old world. We've brought it with us. The best of really everything, whether it's the portfolios and the strategies, right? Our team, our wealth management process. We've brought that along to the new business, to Aretec, but we've taken the best of that, and we're growing, we're evolving that, we're developing it. And it's really about us as advisors realizing our full potential. It's about our investors realizing the full potential of their wealth. And that's what Aretec and Realize Your Wealth is all about.
Yeah, so you mentioned realize your wealth, and we've talked about that a lot, and we've said it at different points. So maybe just give us like what is that all about? Like, is that kind of the slogan?
I mean, yeah, I thought, what we got a good name, we got a creative name, which we can even dive into the name a little bit more. But I thought, we needed a little bit of a slogan. So it's almost like you think of Nike. Sometimes people mispronounce it too. They'll say Nike, or Adidas, Porsche. Like, so sometimes Aretec people mispronounce it, right? They'll say Artec or Aretec or Airtec. It doesn't really matter, right? We pronounce it Aretec, which is, I think, the correct pronunciation. But some of the people say Arctic, right? Which kind of goes with our polar bear theme, which is kind of cool. But realize your wealth. That's kind of like just do it, right? And it's just something we've got. We've got it on shirts, we have it on hats, right? We've got it on the website. But it's a very simple way for us to express what we're all about, right? The name Aretec's one thing. Realize your wealth. That's this idea that we want you to be wealthy, but we also want you to feel wealthy. We want you to realize your wealth. So we want you to be wealthy in terms of, we want you to make money, right? We want your investment portfolio to work hard for you. We want you to have cash flow, income, minimize tax, minimize risk, see really good results. We want you to be wealthy in terms of the hard numbers, right? And that's what, the full potential of your wealth is all about, the actual numbers and being wealthy. But there's also a whole nother element to it, that is feeling wealthy. And so a lot of times people, they have a lot of money, but they don't necessarily appreciate it, or they have a ton of anxiety, or they're worried about losing it, or they're just not really thinking or relating to their money in the right way. And that's what a really, really good advisor can do for you is, not only can they help you make more money and earn more money and see better results, when it comes to your wealth, but they can also, improve your experience of your money, right? And that's why we also say that Aretec is for Canadian families who don't want a good enough experience with their money. They want an experience that's the best it can possibly be, right? We want you to be wealthy. We want you to feel wealthy. We want you to realize your wealth.
So is it fair to say Aretec and Realize Your Wealth, like that's really trying to put together the full package for investors, so they don't not only feel wealthy, but they are wealthy and they're really realizing their full potential?
I think so. And look, your wealth, the other thing, it's not just about, I think the full package is your wealth goes far beyond just your money, right? And to us, we've often said, your money is very, very important. but things like your health and your family are more important, and the relationships you have, the friends, the experiences. So really, money and realizing your wealth, it's not just about dollars and cents, right? And it's not just about feeling good about how much money you have. It's actually about enjoying your life and living the good life, right? And being healthy. uh, things like travel, spending time with friends and family. Like,
Yeah.
you don't want to be worried about your money. You want to be anxious about running out of money. You want to enjoy your wealth, and that's why you have it. Money to me is not about, it's not about showing off to people. It's not about, fancy cars and if you like fancy cars, that's fine, right? If you want to travel, that's fine if you like it, but it's not about what other people think. It's about what you like, right? And it's about your freedom, your life. It's about living your life the way you want to live it. I mean, everybody likes nice cars and fancy vacations and all those things, or most people do. But it's really about if that's something you like, right? If you enjoy it, go ahead and enjoy it. And money is that tool. It's that vehicle for freedom in your life.
Yeah, and I think the interesting thing here at Aretec is what we want to do is we want to go a little bit beneath the surface and not just talk about money, but we want to talk about health,
Yeah.
right? We want to talk about like our families are super important. So it's not just, yes, we're advisors, we're portfolio managers, but we want to look at the full package for clients.
Yeah, and that is really what realize your wealth is all about, right? We want you to be wealthy, we want you to feel wealthy, we
Right.
want you to realize your wealth. And I think that's kind of a nuance and distinction that sometimes people get confused is, okay, these guys are in the money business, they're in the investment business, they must be all about money, right? And flashy things and fancy cars, right? And look, um, you know, they exist, right? Everybody knows those are out there, nice houses, nice cars, and people like having that stuff, and it's great. But to me, what money is really about, it's about that freedom, right? It's about that peace of mind. It's about having that financial freedom that you don't have to worry about money, right? You live your life the way you want to live it, right? And you enjoy your money. You can spend it on family and friends and vacations and what you want, and live your life the way you want to live it. And everybody's different how they want to live it, right? But it's really about you. It's something very personal. It's not about other people. It's not about comparing how much money you have to the next person. It's really about living your life the way you want to live it.
Yeah, and doing exactly what you want to do.
Right. So not what you think you need to do or have to do or what other people think you should do. You do what you want to do.
Right.
And money is that tool to freedom, and that's what really more than anything we're in the business of helping you create that financial freedom and that independence and that peace of mind, so you don't ever have to worry about money again.
Yeah. So one thing I want to talk about, so we got the logo here, but we also got the polar bear in the background. That was fun, kind of mapping out the imagery and some of the thinking that went behind it. So curious, obviously just want to get your thoughts on the logo, but also the polar bear and how it kind of ties in all together.
Yeah, so if you could see, I don't know if we could even see this in the camera or not, or we'll hold it up a little bit, but we've got, the A in here for Aretec, which is really cool. And I thought, we needed a logo that we could, put on hats and shirts,
Yep.
kind of like the Nike swoosh and that's that sort of thing, right? A simple logo. And what's actually in there is a carve out of a polar bear, which I think my favorite animal, and why we have the polar bear there. And we've got the North Star, which is kind of one of those sort of Canadian types of symbols, and just that guiding light. But this idea of the polar bear, and I think we have the polar bear in the painting back there if we can see it. But I had for years, I don't have them on now, but I had the cufflinks where you had the bull on one hand and the bear on the other. And I think the polar bear is a very great symbol when it comes to investing, because it's really not about how you do in those good times, the bull times. It's more so how you do in the bad times and the adverse times, and that's really what a bear market is. Oftentimes it's represented by a grizzly bear, but if you think of a polar bear, they're a very, very strong, very resilient animal who actually thrives in the harshest of conditions. And I didn't even really know this. Like, you look at polar bears, see them at the zoo, they're a very cute, cuddly animal, the polar bear cub, but they're actually a very, very fierce predator and very, very tough animal. probably like the apex predator out there, and able to survive in the harshest of conditions. And so, it's an animal that we really like, and I think represents, our brand really well, in that, we're there to help navigate through clients through those very harsh, those very difficult conditions. But we're nice, friendly, friendly people, right?
Yeah.
We're not, we're out there, we're working with clients, we're building relationships, we're friendly and nice to deal with. But the polar bear, I think, is just a great symbol for, I think, what we represent.
Yeah, and the interesting thing about polar bears, I know this is common with a lot of animals, but in particular the polar bear, they are very protective of their kids, of their young,
Yeah.
of their cub, and they won't let anything bad happen to them. And that's kind of our thinking. We talked about this. We treat our clients like family. We're going to make sure we're going to protect. We're going to do everything we can in a bad market to make sure we're protecting, we're preserving, we're keeping you, and your money safe.
Yeah, and that's very true. They're very fiercely protective animals, and that's what I think of it. We're protecting clients' money.
Yeah.
We're protecting our clients' best interests as well, and we're here looking out, defending our clients against anything that is negative, anything bad that's going on out there in the world. We're going to do everything in our power to protect, preserve, keep our clients safe, navigate them through those harsh conditions. And to me, that's what the polar bear really represents. So, very cool animal. And to be honest, I don't think I knew all of that. We started actually researching a bit more after we had.
It all kind of worked together. Me and Will, we were watching videos on YouTube about the polar bear. National Geographic. It's good. It's good.
Yeah, and I think you look at the name when people are sort of, some people have pronounced Aretec or Arctic, which is fine too, right? Because it kind of goes with that theme as well, and sort of ties it in with the polar bear and the North Star. And to me, it's very Canadian as well to have that northern element. And we're proudly Canadian. We're made in Canada. So that's what the name, the logo, the imagery is all about. The brand, Aretec, Realize Your Wealth, the polar bear, all those things. So Aretec is built for Canadian families who don't want a good enough experience with their money, but an experience that's the best it can possibly be. So we are here to help you realize your wealth. We're here working for you. We're here for you, your friends, your family, your colleagues. We're here to help you realize your wealth. So thank you, everyone. Appreciate you joining us, and we'll be back with you next week.